In this extended look video, we're going to be taking a look at WP Umbrella, which is a tool for managing WordPress websites from a central location. So if you are a WordPress agency that is managing a lot of client websites under website care, website maintenance, whatever it is that you call it, this is a tool you should definitely be looking at. Before we look at that tool, I just want to quickly remind everyone, if you don't already know, the extended look videos like this are for those entities, plugins, themes, what have you, that we are already familiar with, whether we use it on a day-to-day basis or we've used it in the recent past extensively. The other thing is, when we record these videos, they are raw videos. We hit record and whatever happens, happens. These are not highly edited videos. Also, we are not paid to do these videos. So we are not sponsored to do these videos. There is no affiliate link situation either. So you will find no affiliate links in the description of this video or anywhere on our website. If you're interested in videos like this, you can sign up to be a partner for life, 100% for free. Just go to InfluenceWP.com and go to partners/partners, or you can just click on partners up here in the header area and just see what we offer for free. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Full disclosure on this one, this is the tool that within my agencies, well over 100 websites I manage using this exact tool. I switched to this back when WP Umbrella very first launched. So I was one of their initial customers, and I keep saying over and over, this is one of the best decisions I've ever made as far as purchasing a product and a service. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. There's going to be some things that are actually new, because there's some features that I haven't needed to use for whatever reason. Okay, but we'll try to talk about that. Okay, so it's WP-umbrella.com. They are a partner of InfluenceWP, but again, they are not paying us to do this video. This is just part of the partnership that we offer them for free. Okay. So just looking at the website, like I typically like to do this before we dive into the actual tool, just poke around the website. I know these guys, or at least part of the team personally. I've had many conversations, and just really great guys. Typically, when people sign up for this service, they talk about it very highly on various platforms, and it's for good reason. Okay. They're doing really cool stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything here that I really want to show. They've got Facebook, and they're on Twitter, X, or LinkedIn if you want to check them out further. We've got pricing, which I want to look at here. And we see at the very top, at the time of this recording, which is live, as it always is November 25th. So it's around Black Friday time, and there's a special discount, a unique discount that's not just for new customers, but also current. So they're awarding everybody, and you get, if you prepay for a certain length of time, the bigger the discounts you get. So that's a really cool incentive. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We've got some nice reviews here, which I have no doubt are legit reviews. Just trying to think what else here. Let's go pricing. So very simple pricing, $1.99 per month per site, pay as you go, all features included, no hidden fees. So it's very, very simple pricing. It's one of the things that I was drawn to initially. Whereas with some of the other comparable tools, you got to pay for this, you got to pay for this, you got to pay for this, and it gets kind of confusing. Where I like just to have that one flat fee. It's predictable. You know what you can charge for your services. Just build that in. It's just a no-brainer, okay, for the cost that you have. And you have a 17-day free trial, which is what we're actually going to use in this video to show behind the scenes stuff here. Okay, what else can we show here? How do we get to the pricing? Pricing. So we're on the pricing. Okay, I guess that's all you need to see is just that up at the top. So very, very simple. I guess I was looking for it to be more complicated, but that is it. What else do we want to look at here? I think that's good. I think we'll just dive in, and their story. If you want to read their story, it's a very cool story. And they've been very transparent about how the company has evolved over time. If you want to check that out, if that kind of stuff interests you. Documentation. That is another thing that I normally like to look at. So we've got a documentation library here. We've got quite a few articles. Okay. Yeah, that looks cool. All right, let's go ahead and sign up for our free trial. And just we'll see what's what here. Let's go. Let's see. Maybe get started will get us in there. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and we'll just use let's use Gmail to sign up here. And I'll go ahead and use my InfluenceWP Gmail account. Okay, so it looks like we've signed up. Let's see, log into your account. All right, let's try Google again here. Okay, so now it's ready to take our information. Yep, we'll just go with InfluenceWP for our first name. How do you want to name your workspace? Yep, that's fine for now. How'd you hear about us? We'll see if we can leave that blank. What describes you best? Agency. So again, like if you're an agency, no brainer. But even if you are a freelancer or solopreneur or whatever you want to call yourself, you may have 5 or 10 websites of your own that you want to use this service for. So you don't have to be an agency necessarily. All right, let's go ahead here and click connect your first site. All right, they want to know how we heard about them. We are your partner. Okay, connect your first site. All right, how do I add my website to the dashboard? You will copy your so we got a nice 1, 2, 3 steps here. So let's go ahead and copy the API key. Install the plugin. Go to your WordPress admin and install. Okay, so let me do this. On my other screen, I'm just pulling up a test site here. And let me get logged in. So it looks like I'm going to get, sorry, my mic's in the way here. All right, so I'm signing in on the staging site. Bear with me. Two-factor authentication, folks. If you don't have it, make sure you have it. All right, so that is logging in. And I'm going to go in here, and I bet you the plugin is already there, so we're just going to remove it. No, it's not there. Good. Okay, so it's not there at all. So let's copy that API key again. Let's go back to our site, and I'll just do a search from the repository for WP Umbrella. That's already in there. And let's see, let's go back here to our install plugins. And let's see. All right, let's go ahead and deactivate this. I white label this, so that's why I glossed over the name of the plugin. So let's go ahead and remove it. And we'll just start again. So we'll look at this as if we're looking at this from a clean site. Okay, you would come in here, install plugin as you normally would. Again, WP Umbrella. Install and activate as you would any other plugin. Okay, we copied that API key, so now we just need to go into the plugin settings. So let's find our plugin, and here we go. And we're just going to click on settings there. You can also get to it from the settings area of WordPress. So WordPress dashboard, settings, WP Umbrella. Okay, we're going to jump over here, and we're going to paste in our API key from step 1. I'm going to go ahead and just take myself off the screen, just one less thing for me to move out of the way. And let's go ahead and save that key to our WordPress dashboard. Okay, so now that's in there. We are already logged into WP Umbrella in our dashboard. Otherwise, this link, this button CTA would take you to your WP Umbrella dashboard. So we don't need to do that. So I'm just going to click off of that. And yeah, we've got our key in there. So now I'm going to toggle. I want to toggle on enable error monitoring. And I'm going to put my key in again. Looks like it's wanting that key again. So let's punch that in. Let's save that bad boy. And then we are going to, again, like I said, we're going to enable error monitoring. So toggle this on. Up to you if you want to do it. They have a nice link here of what information that they collect. Toggle that on again. Okay, so that's saved. All right, so the next thing I like to do is jump back over into the plugins. We downloaded it straight from the repo, so there shouldn't be any updates for it, and there's not. Okay. So we see that it's called WP Umbrella. So we'll look at the white label thing here in a bit. So we're over in our WP Umbrella dashboard now. And we see that our site is already populated in here. Okay. So up here is the name of our workspace. And we saw during the setup that we could change that to whatever we want. Let's go ahead and click this gearbox and then click workspace settings. So here we can put our company logo if we want, change the name of our workspace. Let's go back a level. Let's check out our integrations. So we can authenticate with Google Analytics at this time if we want to do that. And then the white label piece. You can hide it entirely from the list. I like to just rename it. So totally up to you what you want to do there. So let's call this website care by IWP. All right. And then you can give it a name here if you want. We provide awesome website care services. Okay. And then author name, you can put that in there. Just put IWP for now. We can put our author URL. So InfluenceWP.com. You can add your own custom logo to it, a catchphrase if you want, some additional text. If you want to put a support email in there, you can do that. Let's go ahead and update our white label settings. So we'll do a before and after. I'm going to duplicate this tab. Okay, so remember before it was called WP Umbrella, and then we white labeled it, and now it is called Website Care by IWP. It's also then got our link in there directly to our website. It's got our little slogan there, tagline, if you will. You can add additional things. What else was there? This additional text, catchphrase, logo, support email. I'm not sure what the view company details. You don't have information about the company just yet. Add my company details. Let's see if we can add that. All right, let's do this. IWP. You can put your address and stuff in there. So if they need to get a hold of your mailing information or whatever reason, we'll leave that out. Okay, but really cool stuff there. So you can make this plugin actually look like it is coming from your own company versus WP Umbrella. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard, and we're under our sites here. We see that we can, so we get a notice right off the top, you should use 2FA, and that is actually a great recommendation. So let's go ahead and click over into that link to get that set up. So we've got our email, we put our first name, last name, put our time zone in here. Support access. To resolve issues, our support team may need to access your account. So you can toggle this on if you want to proactively give the support team over at WP Umbrella access to your account, or you can just toggle that on as needed. And then you put your password in there and you set up your two-factor authentication, which I highly recommend you set up 2FA for any account that has sensitive information. In this case, you have account information for one with your billing and everything, but then you also have all of this access to all of your client stuff. So highly important. I would consider this a requirement that you set up 2FA. All right, let's assume that we've set that up. We've got a search here. So imagine you had hundreds of websites that you manage. You could do a search to find those. You can set up a filter. Currently, it looks like hosting is our one filter that we can set up there. I think I think that increases the more you go and you add your additional sites. Maybe they're not all hosted at the same place or whatever, but it starts to then give you more additional filters that you can use. We see here in this column, we've got a performance score. You can click into that, and then it takes you right to the performance side of things and some other stuff. Let's go back. Here it's saying we've got one update. It's for WordPress core. Here we've got 0 vulnerability issues. Here we've got 0 PHP issues. We've got a couple links here. If we had our reports activated, we could click on that and just bring that up really quickly. Then we've got our backup information, our history. The last time this was synchronized, then we've got a nice convenient link here to go to our WordPress dashboard. We've got some nice sorting options. So if you want to sort your websites by the fastest or the slowest based on Google page speed, what sites are down, hopefully none of them are ever down, sort alphabetically, all kinds of stuff there. Okay, so now let's get over into, we'll just work our way down through the left-hand side here. We got bulk management. So imagine you have multiple websites here, and you can sort by the ones that have updates available, and then you can push those out. You can sort by which plugins are active, which are inactive. You can also exclude updates. I actually should have a website in here. Let me do this. In my other browser, let me pull up a site. Let's pull up another site. I want to get some more information in here. So bear with me 1 second. I'm going to get logged into another site. And okay, so we've got some updates on this site. So let me go ahead. Let me bring this over. We'll get logged in. We'll install WP Umbrella on this one as well. It's just more useful if we show some more information. So let's go ahead and just do the same thing again. To get WP Umbrella in here, install. Let's go back over to WP Umbrella. Up here in the top, you see that you have your API key. You can just click on that. So I'm going to click on that, grab my key, and we'll jump back over here, activate the plugin. Same steps we did before. Okay, great. And as you see here, we refresh our screen. We should have, I don't know why this key is not saving. Could just be something on my end. All right. Let's go ahead and refresh and see if that white label should kick in again. Let's go. Where is the plugins? There we go. Plugins. Yeah, I don't know why that's not kicking in. It's like the API key is not saving for some reason. Okay, now let's try. No, I don't know why that's kicking out. All right, let's go over to our dashboard and see if we can see that site in there. Okay, the site is in there. I'm not sure why it's not. Let's try one more time. Okay, refresh. Yeah, I don't know why it's not liking that. Let's try one more time. Oh, it's okay. It says it's valid. The heck? Maybe under the free trial, it only, I don't know. We are doing a free trial. Maybe it only lets you do one website. Like, as far as the API key. Okay, we can go ahead and move on. Let's go ahead back under bulk management and plugins. Yeah, see, it's like it's not talking to it. All right, never mind. Never to worry, I should say. Let's see. I've got a code here that I can put in. Once they thought I did. Let's see if I can put this in here. How do I add this? I don't want to go through this process. I just want this to work. Let's try something else here. Let's deactivate the plugin. Let's bring it back in. Grab my API key one more time. API key is copied. There we go. I don't know. It's like deactivating the plugin worked. Okay, so there we go. Now we're back. Let's refresh. All right. The scan might be running. Let's go ahead and run a scan here because we can see in the back end here that we've got a number of plugins that are available to update. So let's go back to WP Umbrella. And then at the top here, we see the ability to scan. So let's resync the projects. It does show one update here, but that's for core. We should be able to see all of our plugins and stuff like that. All right, while that's doing that, let's go ahead and do the update core. So we know that there's core updates, so we're going to bulk management and core. Actually, those aren't showing up. All right, let's just let the sync run. I think it's just a little, it's out of sync, and you can tell right here that it's running. All right, while that's running, let's go ahead and move on down. Obviously alerts, if there's alerts that you want to get, which you should, that's toggled on. This is the default notification. And then these are the different, this is showing you that you have email alerts enabled for backups, website down, up, down, and then vulnerabilities. And then you can see the two sites that are covered under those notifications. You can get really fine-grained into what you choose as far as notifications for each site. So if you have different rules that you need for different sites, you can set that up. So if we click edit there, we get into our alerting, and we have all kinds of options here: downtime, uptime, backup ready for download, failed restoration, successful restoration, then just, backup success fails, obviously, and then security, plugin vulnerabilities, theme vulnerabilities, WordPress core vulnerabilities, update management. So if a safe update, which we'll get to in a bit, if that fails, that'll let us know. Okay, so really cool stuff there. And then reports. If you want to generate on a schedule reports, so let's say on a monthly basis, you want to send reports to your clients, you can do that. Just click on this button here and you run through those reports. And you can have different types of reports. So you give the template a name, the report title name. You could choose your desired language, date format, time format, define the branding. So if you want to add a logo to your reports, you can do that. If you want to change your branding color, you can do that. Under labels, I call these tags, which they say right here, add your first tag, but labels works too. You could say here, maybe you have different website care plans. You could say like pro, you just call it pro. Like if there's certain things within the pro plan that's going to be specific within WP Umbrella, like they get, I don't know, certain reports or something like that. You could label it pro. This is for pro clients. Then you could give a label for this, whatever like your signifies that it's your pro plan, and then save. Let's go back and add one more label. And this one you could say basic. Okay, and then maybe basic gets an orange tag, save that, and so on and so forth. So that's a way for you to go in here. Let's go back to sites. Then you can give each of these sites a label when you go into them. So if we go into, let's say InfluenceWP here is on our Pro plan, we go into that site and we go to manage labels here, click on that, and we'll go ahead and assign that Pro. Okay, and let's go back out to our sites and let's go into this blueprint site, labels. We'll give this a basic label, tag, whatever you want to call it. Let's go back to our sites. So now we have those tags in there and we can sort by those tags. I think, is there a filter you can do that? Yeah, labels. So add filter and then labels. So you can sort those that way. And now we start to see that those filters are really coming into play. So we've got plugins, themes, PHP versions, WordPress versions, and hosting. So those build as the different data starts to come in. Okay, so that was the labels. And then team, if you are in a team member environment, and let's say that just like I did, I signed up for an account. Now I need to invite other team members to my account. You can go ahead and click this button and invite those team members. And then clients, if you want to set up clients, you can do that. So let's say InfluenceWP as a client. Okay, IWP, company name. You can add the client's email in there so you know who to communicate with. Put their website in there if you want and their phone number. Okay, we'll go ahead and back out of this. Actually, you know what? Let's put this in here. Let's put the phone number in there. I'm going to see how this shows up here for you guys, show you guys how this will show up. All right, put a bogus phone number in there. Let's put a website. All right, let's go ahead and save that. So now we have a link sites option here. Let's go ahead and click link sites. And let's link this up. I don't know what that is. It's something we triggered some notice for a feature update. But I want to link that to this site. So let's go ahead and click this button, link to the client. Okay. Yep. Are you sure you want to link that to this? Yep. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So now we see that we have contact details for this client's website. Okay. Okay. So that's that. We've covered, let's go back to bulk management. Let's go over to plugins. And we see here that our sync icon in the top right it's done syncing, right? So now we can see that we have plugins available for update. You can select all of these updates and then you have the option, you can click update. Once you do that, you have a few options. These are some really exciting things that have come to WP Umbrella of late. Before you just update it and that was it. Now you've got the quick updates, which is what we had at the very beginning. And then you have the option to clear cache after update. So if you've got a plugin or a theme, and you want to just be sure that you clear the cache, you can do that. So quick updates, kind of like what it sounds like. Let's just blow through the updates as fast as possible, push those out, and we're good to go. Okay, and we've got an option here to learn more if you want to read up on what this does. We also have Classic, which is called a Classic Safe Update. Again, clear cache if you want. And they run through what this stuff means. So before each update, we create a restore point. If your site encounters a 500 error, we'll automatically restore. Okay, so again, this one is just like blowing through it. Then you've got the Classic. Now you've got the Advanced Safe Update, and this unlocks a couple of things. So this one is similar to Classic, but on top of this, you get visual regression testing. So they take screenshots of your site before and after the update, allowing you to choose whether WP Umbrella automatically rolls back in case of a visual discrepancy. So they take a snapshot of, let's say, your homepage. And let's say that the update, it just totally makes your homepage wonky, or maybe even like just your button is wonky. Then WP Umbrella will take those screenshots and say, hey, like we noticed a discrepancy, let's roll back. Okay. And you can do the manual validation by reviewing the screenshots, or you can just say, hey, WP Umbrella, I trust that if you are seeing this discrepancy, go ahead and roll back the updates for me. Okay. So that is that. Again, you can sort by the plugins that are active, inactive. And let's say you want to let's say that you have a client that's got a premium plugin, and for whatever reason, you're just having the darndest time with them keeping their license activated. And you tell them over and over again, hey, I can't update these plugins for you unless you have a premium, your premium plugin license. Please get it licensed. If you don't get it licensed, I'm going to have to exclude it from my system, which in this case is WP Umbrella. And you are going to be responsible and on the hook for anything that happens to your site because we can't properly update your software. Okay. So let's say that's the case. You can expand the plugin in this case, and you have the option to click these three dots here, and you can say exclude update. So now any future updates to this plugin will be excluded, and it'll clear your dashboard. All right. So what you can do in this case is, let's say you have a project management or a task dashboard for your website care clients. You can drop them a task and it says, hey, update this premium plugin, and then give them the disclaimer. And then that way, when they come back in the future and they say, okay, we now have the license, here's the key, or we already went into our website and we applied the license, we've done that. Can you please unexclude the this plugin? So can you please update it for us in the future? So then you could come in here and unexclude it. So let's go ahead and exclude this plugin. When you exclude an update, we'll ensure that it cannot be activated through WP Umbrella. You have the flexibility to reconsider and enable these updates at any time. So let's go ahead and exclude future updates. Now we see over in the excluded updates column, we have that plugin we excluded. Now the client, a week later, has gone in, purchased a proper license, and they've notified you of such. You can now go over here, click the three dots again, and say reconsider update, and reconsider future updates. Now it's back on that list, and you're good to go there. Themes, same exact concept. What's available? What's that kind of thing. Core, same exact concept. Database is a little bit different. You have a bit more options. So let's say for this site, we wanted to go in and optimize it. We could take a quick look at the revisions. So for the post, we see we have 4 revisions and a draft. We don't have any comments, no transients yet, and our database tables look fine. So let's go over to optimize. And here we can choose at a granular level what we want to mess with. So let's just say we want to clean out our auto drafts. So we see here we don't have anything else to clean up. So let's just say we want to clean up the auto drafts, and we then click optimize and then confirm database optimization, and it's going to run that. Okay, so we see that running. All right. So we now have that optimized. What else can I show you? I mean, if you've ever used in your career, in your agency, a website management, website care tool like this, it's all going to be kind of the same stuff. It's just going to be in different places. Obviously, there's going to be different features. They're going to do things to separate themselves apart from the competition. One of the things I really love about WP Umbrella is, aside from how they're just sweet people. If you talk to them, they're just really sweet people, kind people. I like to purchase from people that are of that nature. They're great. But the plugin, the solution itself, you can just see it's a clean dashboard. It's more modernized than some of the other tools out there. So clean, modern, great team. The solution works great. Let's go ahead and let's see what else is up here. So we've got a notification section. All right. So what can we do with this? We can drill down into that. Okay. It takes us to our site. I've already showed you the resync your projects. Here we've got the product update. So this is where WP Umbrella keeps you up to date with everything that comes out. And then you can subscribe to this as well to stay on top of things. Here under our little avatar in the top right, we can go to our profile and make adjustments. Okay, so we can put in our email address, first name, last name, our time zone. Again, support access. We want to proactively give that access out to the team. 2-factor authentication. Subscription, that's just going to be for your billing and things like that. Then you've got your invoices. Then you've got a link to support here where you can send them a message. You now have AI-powered search, so you can get instant answers from the chatbot. Let's go ahead and click that. So right here in the dashboard, you can ask a question. Let's just say backups. Okay, so some really good information here. There's the knowledge base, which is going to take you to that help, the documentation section we looked at earlier in this video. If you want to request a feature, there's going to be a link to the roadmap, which they absolutely listen to feedback. It's one of the best things about this company is they listen to their users. Speaking of backups, let's go back to our workspace and let's check our backups out here. So I'm going to go into, we'll just go into this site. Here we see, actually we got all kinds of other things we can look at, but yeah, let's just go down top to bottom here. We'll get to the backups here in a second. See what we can look at here. So we can choose how often to monitor. So here we've got it every 30 minutes. And then you can choose from the location you want to monitor it from. We see here that we don't have any data just yet. We've got a nice domain expiration, which is very, very cool stuff. I think that's one of the newer features. I don't know when it came out exactly, but that's a really nice thing. Same thing, SSL certificate expiration. Last check, uptime rate. So you can see like a history of the uptime. Hopefully it's always near 100%. You can see the incident, the timeline of the incident. Let's go to performance. So here you can check the PageSpeed Insight score of your site. You can disable this monitor if you want. So if like you don't want this running against your site, you can do that. You can choose where you run it from. Again, the intervals, things of that nature. Plugins we looked at. Themes we looked at, core we looked at. Okay, so let's get to our backups here. Okay, so by default, they're going to back up our WordPress file. So we are in the backup, like our content section. And then here we have our database. And you can exclude files. So if you know you've got some directories or files that you just don't need to have in those backups, you know, to shorten those backups up, for example, you can do that. If you need to exclude database tables for whatever reason, you can do that. If you don't want to back up your database at all, which I don't recommend, you can do that. Same thing. If you don't want to back up your actual content, you can do that. Let's say we want to back up all this stuff, save and continue. Then we have our schedule. So by default, we've got a weekly schedule. You can set when that runs. So I would set that to run at when your site's the least busiest, if that's even a thing for your site. Yeah, but you can define the frequency. You can go to daily. And they give you kind of a nice little guidelines. I would definitely do daily, but if you've ever ran like schedule backups and stuff like that, you could do your database more frequently. Your content, maybe your database runs daily, but your content runs just weekly. You could do that. Hourly incurs a charge. So I run tons of WooCommerce sites. I have everybody running on hourly backups, and I just build that into the cost of the service. I don't charge extra, to make money off of it. I just charge what I'm being charged, and it keeps those the website care, website maintenance costs. You're just pushing that value out to your, at least I am pushing that value out to your clients and saying, hey, this is what I'm getting charged. I'm charging you. If you want to add a little bit extra for tax or your time or whatever, that's within your rights. Absolutely within your rights. But if you have a WordPress site running WooCommerce, I would absolutely run this. Or if you just have a site that's extremely, extremely important and it's extremely vital that you have that granular backup, I would run this. The price that they charge you for this is so much lower than what other companies charge for this, or even hosting companies charge for this. So this is just a great, great value. Okay. But as we see here, they are currently creating a backup, that very first backup. All right. Okay. That's really it with the backups. Let's go to, we looked at the content selector. Let's check the scheduling. Let me actually refresh this. I'm going to get out of this scheduling component. All right. It wants me to select this. Save and finish. Select our time. Let's do, yep, that looks fine. I'm just doing this to get through this for the video. Okay, so we've got that done. Save. Now let's get over, there's our scheduling. Here's our restoration settings. So depending on how you want to do your restore, you can do SFTP, which I would recommend if you have that available to you, over FTP, which SFTP is more of a secure way to do it. Then you just punch in your hosting information, your credentials. You can then test your connection to make sure that works before you go through the process of doing the restore. Put your database settings in here, and off you go with the restore. All right, let's check under security. All right, this gives you a nice little rundown of everything that's gone on and a little bit of history. We see here that it's nice of them to tell us that our WP debug is set to false, which you want unless you are actively debugging things. Just a nice little report. You don't have any inactive themes. What's your PHP version? What's your WordPress version? You're using an SSL protocol. Just a nice little report. Let's go to PHP issues. We have no issues there. Remember back when we installed the plugin, we said, let's go back here. So settings, let's go to our settings for WP Umbrella. Remember, we are white labeling this. That's why the name looks a little different. But when we set this up, we chose enable error monitoring. Okay, so that's how we are able to get some of this error monitoring stuff. Okay, reports. If you want to run reports, create a template, set all that up. The reports are really beautiful. I've set them up before. However, what I do, this is a little side tangent. My clients don't just trust that I'm doing the things that I should be doing. They don't want to see the reports. So they just don't want to see them. I don't know how else to put them. But if you have clients that want to see them, it's a nice touch. It's a way to stay top of mind with your clients, so they know what you're doing. They can be reminded of the value that you're providing them. So definitely check all that out. Custom Works allows you to put in a note into what you're doing on those monthly reports or weekly reports or whenever you schedule them. Say, hey, we did this extra special thing that was outside of what we're required to do, or what have you, whatever kind of note that you want to put in there. Okay, and then we've got our settings here. You can give the project a custom name if you want. You can select the hosting provider if you want to do that. This information helps with, especially think if you have a bunch of website care clients and you don't require them to be on your hosting. This is a way, again, with your filters, you can sort things like that. I believe it also unlocks certain things. I'd have to go back and check. I use 100% the same hosting across the board. I require my clients to use the same hosting. So all clients on the care plan have the same hosting. So I don't know this, but I'm thinking that because that's the case, when you go to things like, let's go to backups and then restoration settings. I have to test this out, but I'm thinking that the restoration settings actually pulls based on the host that you select. Okay. So if we go here, restoration settings, it still wants me to do that backup. All right, let's save and finish this. Oh, you know why? It's because this is a new site. It was the other site that we were tinkering with. But I think that this information right here may be because in this case, it's Kinsta hosting chosen. But I wonder if you chose a different host, if this would look different. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, you can select the hosting provider. And then it gives you a nice URL here, just a quick link to your website. You get a REST API REST URL. There was a recent announcement about this API. I believe this is the API they were referring to. I'm not 100% sure what all you can do with it at this time, but if you want to ask WP Umbrella, they'll be glad to tell you, I'm sure. And then the WordPress user admin, you can select which is the default admin account, and for that, it's again, if you're back here, so let's say you selected this was the user account, and then you could put the authentication in here. So going back to our sites, remember we've got this WP admin link here. So that's where that information would come in handy. It would pull from that and log us directly into our site. So let's go ahead and click that. Now, I didn't put any information in for this site, so I wouldn't or maybe I did. I guess I did. But yeah, see how it logs you right in there from here. So that's a really nice touch. You don't have to go out and find your bookmark and figure out what the URL is and things like that. So, all right, guys, I think that about covers it all. If I missed something, I apologize, but I think we pretty much covered it all. Again, just a great team. Let's go over, see if I can get back to their site. Just a great team. I've personally had multiple discussions with is it founder or co-founder? I'm blanking off the top of my head here. Let's see. Can we find out here? Yeah, I was trying to think. Yeah, so co-founder. So Aurelio's, I've had lots of conversations with Aurelio. Just a really great guy. I haven't spoke to Thomas. Just a really great team. Yeah, there we go. Co-founder. Really great team. Very friendly. Very sweet. Yeah, kindness right here. Just very kind people. Very open about their mission and what they're doing. Here we go. Nice little timeline. So you can see here, I'm not sure exactly when I jumped on board, but it was a while ago. And again, one of the best decisions I've ever made. You just can't go wrong with these guys. I would give them a shot. Again, you've got a 14-day free trial. I would really get in there and check it out really, really soon if you're in the market for this sort of thing. That way you can get in there and take advantage of this Black Friday offer, which is a massive savings once you get in there. Yeah, really awesome. But get in there, check it out. Check out the free trial. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see videos like this created for your entity, plugin, theme, SaaS product, whatever that is in the future, InfluenceWP makes it super easy. It's 100% free lifetime partner membership. Go to influencewp.com/partners. Catch you in the next video.